You might remember that in January this year, the world commemorated the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Auschwitz concentration camp in Poland. Holocaust Memorial Day it was. World leaders gathered to mark this anniversary, one that was especially important for surviving Holocaust survivors around the world, including here in Australia. And there was a bit of a media controversy because there was a telling episode when neither of the public broadcasters, neither SBS nor the ABC, bothered to send a reporter and crew to this event. The commercial television stations and News Corp and other media sent journalists and camera crews, but not the two public broadcasters who are funded to the tune of about $1.5 billion a year by taxpayers. It's not as though resources are a problem. These organisations are flush with taxpayers' funds. Just by way of comparison, just a few months earlier, the ABC had sent 37 staff to the Garma Indigenous Festival in the Northern Territory. So it's not about resources, it's about priorities, which is why I bring this up now, because while the ABC did not send anyone to that significant Holocaust memorial, it's placed a much greater priority on Albanese's trip to New York to recognise the non-existent state of Palestine. The ABC has a large bureau in the US with reporters like Carrington Clark and Barbara Miller and Jade McMillan, along with producers and camera crews. And now on top of that, they even have John Lyons, newly appointed as the America's editor, no less. So the ABC, thanks to your dollars, has at least 4 reporters and plenty of resources to cover Albo's visit to the United Nations in New York City. But no, they sent more. Insiders host and so-called Canberra lead David Spears went along for the ride, but so too did their new Global Affairs editor, Laura Tingle, and presumably other crew accompanied them. So there's priorities for you. Holocaust commemoration? Meh. But a pointless nod to the non-existent state of Palestine, and the ABC was all in. Everyone turned up. And in related news, we can find no coverage on the ABC of the horrific executions in Gaza that we reported here last night. Now, a warning, I'll be showing some of these distressing pictures again, because these are Hamas terrorists who still control the people of Gaza, are still fighting against Israel, and here they are executing at least 3 people accused of collaborating with Israel. We won't show you what happens next, but believe me, the video does show the executions. This is the reality of Hamas-run Gaza, exposed on the very day that our government recognised the non-existent state of Palestine, which is half run by Hamas at the moment. And while the ABC gave blanket coverage of Albanese and Wong in New York, we have found no coverage of these real events in Gaza on the ABC website. Perhaps they'll enlighten us. But this is happening even though the BBC reported these executions and they verified that the video was shot in the middle of Gaza City. Apparently, none of this was news at the ABC. I guess they were too busy telling Australians that Israel is the problem.